Good day everyone, I'm giving this whole devlog thing a shot once more. Gonna keep it video simple, not a whole lot of editing, just chill vibes. I'm gonna be making a mobile game from start to finish in about 5 days, but actually I started it way back in 2021. Let me explain. So, in the distant year of 2021, back in December, I decided to make a game every single day of that month, and I don't know why I decided to do that. I think at the time I was doubting my game development skills a little bit, and I wanted to prove myself, but that's back then. What's important is that on the 30th of that month, I was struggling to come up with an idea that was good, and that I hadn't done before already, because I'd done 29 games up to that point. So I decided to keep it real simple, make a real short game, and I ended up with this game called Tawa, which is a Toki Pona word that means movement, and to go to a place, and to leave, and towards, and transportation, and so on. I don't actually speak Toki Pona yet, mi pakala, but when I made this for the 31-day challenge, I had fully exhausted my creativity for names, I'm gonna be honest. Fast forward to now, and when I was thinking of making a mobile game, Tawa came to mind. It's very simple, you can play with one button, so it will work well on a touchscreen, I think. And it's kind of fun if I do say so myself. So that's what I'll be doing. I'm gonna take this idea, this sort of game concept, and I'm gonna improve it and turn it into hopefully a proper game. One thing I won't be changing is the name though, because it works with the aesthetic and it's a simple game and such, and it's totally not because I can't think of another name, I promise. Nuh-uh, you can't prove that. I am very good at naming things. On day one, I spent about 2.5 hours on the game and finished a working prototype. I took some assets from the original game and I took them a little, but I rewrote the entire code from scratch. I don't know why, now that I think about it. But yeah, it's always a good feeling to have a playable game done in a single day. Of course, there's some bugs which I'll fix tomorrow, but yeah, fairly productive first day, I'd say. Here's some gameplay. I tried recording it from my phone, but it was bad. You don't want to see that. So instead, here it is on my PC. It's a bit cropped at the top and bottom, but believe me, it's way better than the alternative. I promise I'll get some proper footage of it, actually running on my phone though. But yeah, on to day 2. Oh, also I set up a way to save high scores, but I did that way after recording, so yeah. On day 2 I'll make it actually display in the game. On day 2, I gave the game a nice, healthy dose of juice. A nice dynamic background, some particle effects, animations for the player and the bounce thingies. Also, I whipped up a quick title screen which displays the high score the player got, which also shows up in game as a little number. This is the day where the most dramatically visual changes happened, but in terms of actual work done, there's not a lot to say. I still worked for 2.5-ish hours, but it was mostly just polishing what was already there. Like for example, the spikes won't spawn as close to each other as often anymore. It still happens, but it happens less. That's kind of what game dev is like really. The polishing phase has the biggest impact on the feel of the game, but it's just not as interesting as actually starting a project. Anyway, here's the game before day 2. Looks much better and I think you agree. And yeah, see you on day 3. I didn't do much for day 3, to be honest, it's just more polishing of what was already there. I shrunk the spikes' hitbox a bit to allow the player to barely scrape by them if they're a little close to them, and I added a cool transition between the title screen and the game, and I fixed a handful of bugs here and there. Also, I added delta time, which in short means that the player will now move at the same speed regardless of the FPS. Basically, it just makes the game work the same even if you have a really shitty phone. Here's today's gameplay. Nothing drastically different visually, but you can really feel the difference when you're playing, I think. But see you tomorrow. So, I have a confession to make. Day 4 was actually split between several days, as I worked on different projects and IRL stuff. The total amount of time I spent working on the game was about the same as the other days though, so I don't feel too bad about calling it day 4 even though it's more than a day. I mainly worked on adding music and sound effects, and I'm also setting the stage for... Actually, let's talk about it. The game is fully free, but when you lose, there's an option to watch an ad to keep going without losing your score. This is entirely optional, and I tried my best not to push it onto the player. You can play the game as long as you want without ever seeing an ad. I just throw it in as an option if you don't want to support my work. Anyway, here's the game for today, and I'll see you tomorrow for the final day. It's a big one. So, we're at the final day, and you may be wondering what exciting new things I have planned for this occasion. Well, on day 5 I spent the whole day making it so you can't abuse ads to get an infinitely high score, and I also added a cool new particle effect to the background, and I tweaked the music and sound effects a little bit more. Yeah, to be honest, the game was quote unquote done in like day 3, but day 4 and 5 brought the game from being done to being like truly complete, if that makes sense. Especially in game development, the little things are what matter the most, and spending some extra time on polish is really like the secret sauce to making a decent game. Assuming this is a decent game, right? I mean, I quite like it, but please give it a shot and let me know what you think. It's free, available in the Google Play Store, and I also made a Windows build because why not? So, for the final time, here's the game for today. And I thank you for coming with me on this journey of taking a prototype, made in one day, and then doing it all over again, but in 5 days this time. See ya!